Good morning. Please remain standing for our invocation offered this morning by Ansley Wallace, and the national anthem that follows, led this morning by Dr. Sarah Wee, and we invite and encourage you to join Dr. Wee in the singing of our national anthem.
Please pray with me. Heavenly Father, thank you for this day and our many blessings that you have granted to us. Thank you for all who are gathered here today and for their love and support. I first pray that you, Lord, be present during this ceremony and that all we do will be pleasing to you. I pray that you would bless each graduate and remind them of their hard work and dedication during their time here at Troy University. We ask now for your almighty hand to be upon these graduates and their families as they celebrate this grand milestone. We give all glory and honor to you, Lord. Amen.
Thank you. You may be seated. Dr. Jack Hawkins Jr. has served as Chancellor of Troy University since the fall of 1989. Prior to his arrival at Troy, Dr. Hawkins led the Alabama Institute for Deaf and Blind for 10 years. He began his higher education career at the University of Alabama, Birmingham, where he served as Assistant Dean of the School of Community and Allied Health. Dr. Hawkins received the bachelor's and master's degrees at the University of Alabama, and he earned a PhD from the University of Montevallo, and he earned a PhD from the University of Alabama. Dr. Hawkins is a proud Marine, having served as a platoon commander in combat in Vietnam, and having earned the Purple Heart and the Bronze Star in service to his country. During his time at Troy, Chancellor Hawkins has led this institution through an era of unprecedented growth and expansion. Nearly $400 million has been invested in campus facilities in Alabama, and Troy's reach has extended around the world, even back to Vietnam, where over 1,000 Troy students are currently enrolled. The most recent accomplishment of the Hawkins era occurred on the 8th of September, just this past year, when the Alabama Commission on Higher Education reclassified Troy University as a doctoral institution, the first such honor for a former teacher's college in the state of Alabama. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming the Chancellor of Troy University, Dr. Jack Hawkins, Jr.
Thank you, Dr. Palmer, and thank you for your great leadership, and thanks to all of my colleagues who worked so hard in preparation for this morning. It is a particular honor for us to welcome all of you to the most important day of the year at Troy University. I know that if I asked, we'd get a strong amen out of those who are on the floor this morning. We're so proud of each one of you, and we look forward to a wonderful morning here with you. I do bring greetings on behalf of our Board of Trustees, and this is an important day for us as about 1,100 Trojans will graduate. We held, in fact, for your comfort and convenience, we have two commencement ceremonies today. One this morning, of course, and then one this afternoon. And so we are here to celebrate you and the families that have supported you. And it's also my honor to introduce our stage party and a few special guests. Please know all of you are special. I will call attention to just a few. Please hold your applause and we can welcome all at one time. Members of our Board of Trustees, and we are so proud of our trustees. They are cohesive and committed. They govern well. Our Honorable Gibson Vance, who is the President Pro Tem of our board, the Honorable Ed Kroll, the Vice President Pro Tem, the Honorable Karen Carter, the Honorable Gerald Dial, the Honorable Cam Ward, and we congratulate our newest trustee, but he's not new to Troy. He was an All-American football player. He's a member of our Troy Athletics Hall of Fame, and we're now proud to count him as a trustee, Mr. Freddie Thomas. Our speaker, and I'll elaborate a bit more on Senator Arthur Orr's background in just a moment, Ms. Ansley Wallace, sophomore from Greenville, who delivered our invocation. Our administrative leadership, Dr. Kerry Palmer, our Senior Vice Chancellor for Academic Affairs, Dr. Jim Bookout, the Senior Vice Chancellor for Finance and Business Affairs, Mr. Sohail Agbotwala, the Senior Vice Chancellor for Student Services and Administration. And representing our academic colleges, Dr. Stephen Taylor, the Dean of the College of Arts and Science, who has plans to retire in the next few weeks, and we want to thank Dr. Taylor for his service to Troy University. Dr. Judson Edwards, the Dean of the College of Business, Dr. Mary Ann Templeton, the Dean of the Graduate School, Dr. Hal Fulmer, the Dean of Undergraduate Studies and First Year Studies, and other members of the platform party include Colonel Aaron Dunnigan, Air Force ROTC, Lieutenant Colonel Andrew Henderson, Army ROTC, our newly elected president of the Student Government Association, and we're very proud of Miss Betsy Bennett, Dr. Teresa Johnson, who is the winner of the Wallace D. Malone Distinguished Faculty Award, and Dr. Johnson had the distinction of carrying the university mace in our processional earlier. Special guest, Ms. Rosemary Elabash, the president of our Alumni Association Board of Directors, Dr. Kevin Walsh, who is the founder of the Youth Leadership Development Program that is so powerful in terms of making a difference in the lives of young people. And I'd be remiss if I didn't introduce my First Lady, Ms. Janice Hawkins. But there's another group that I'd like to ask to stand, and I want you to know who they are. It was 24 years ago, Troy University was the first American university to participate in the Sino-American dual degree program, and that allows students from throughout China to come here after a year of study in China to come here for 2 years, and then to return to China to finish their 4-year experience. We have quite a number who will return this week, but we do want to thank them and applaud them for their courage in coming halfway around the world to study here. So please join me in recognizing and saying thank you to all of those who have been recognized this morning. I know that all of us would agree that every day should be Mother's Day. No doubt who is more important as a catalyst for the family than the mother. We should recognize mothers every day, and I think probably most of us try to do that, but Sunday is Mother's Day. So those of you who need to celebrate your mothers, do not forget the importance of Sunday, okay? Sunday. It reminds us of the importance that we hold dear at Troy University for family values. It's really important, I think, in this country today to remember how important families are and remember how important it is to preserve that traditional set of values that made this country great. And there's no greater value than those who are mothers. Please, the mothers in here, please stand up and let us say thank you for your love and support. Please. Thank you. I think one of the great strengths at this university, and of course I would remind you that our most important charge every day is to serve our students. I'm convinced if you have great students and a great faculty, great things can happen, and I'm convinced we have a great faculty. I'd like to ask the members of our faculty who are representing the entire faculty, and we thank you for being here, please stand up and let us say thank you for your role in this wonderful experience at Troy University. Thank you so much. I hope all of you know that this month is National Military Appreciation Month. Very few in this country give more than those who wear that uniform. And I'm very proud that Troy University continues to serve the men and women of this great nation daily on many bases and throughout distance learning, and on so many cases they come here for their commissioning opportunities, and we just need to say thank you. So that with the men and women, the veterans and those who are serving today, and the spouses who support them, please stand up and let us say thank you. Thank you. And to the class of 2024, all of you will be called upon to make a difference. I can't remember a time in our nation when strong leadership was needed more than it is today. We need you, and those communities that will embrace you, both inside this country and beyond, need your leadership. And it was Mother Teresa who said, everyone can do something. Whether it's in the PTA or in elected office or wherever it may be, we need you to step forward. We need strong leaders in this country that can lead us in the right direction. We need it today more than we've ever needed it. And I know that you're ready for that and that you're ready to take your place in the communities that will welcome you. It's my pleasure to welcome you to the Troy University alumni family. We number now about 170,000 worldwide. In fact, Dr. Palmer mentioned our presence in Vietnam, where we serve more than 1,000 students on the ground, but we also have now over 2,000 alumni in that country making a difference every day in their different roles. So I welcome you, and on behalf of the National Alumni Association, it's my privilege to bring to you a special gift, and that is 1 year's free membership in our National Alumni Association. But the board asked me to emphasize 1 year. You know, the value of your degree will not be stagnant. It will increase or decrease over time. It takes all of us coming to this place every day to add value to the degree. We want it more valuable tomorrow than it was yesterday. And as Dr. Palmer said, a great occasion occurred on September the 8th when this university was reclassified as a doctoral institution. I really believe that adds value to every degree that we've ever awarded and every degree that we ever shall award. You know, so these are great times, exciting times for Troy University, and we welcome you to the Alumni Association, but please be active. I'm also proud and honored to introduce to you our speaker, Senator Arthur Orr. Senator Orr hails from the great city of Decatur in North Alabama. He represents District 3 as a state senator. The senator received his bachelor's degree from Wake Forest, a law degree from the University of Alabama, and recently, just out of curiosity and interest, he did a master's degree in military history. He's a curious man and a learned man, and we're privileged that he would be here today. He's seen the world, as we encourage each of you to do. Following law school, he didn't immediately pursue a legal career. Rather, he joined the Peace Corps, and he volunteered in a remote Himalayan village in Nepal. He said the greatest effect that experience had on him was seeing young girls married off and unable to finish their education, even at a basic level. But with financial help from family and friends, Senator Orr has put his legal skills to work creating college scholarships for young girls in that country to finish their education. And to date, over 80 villagers have benefited from that work. You think about the ripple effect that that'll have in that country and on the lives that were touched. By reputation and by putting the needs of his constituents first, Senator Orr is known as one of the best public servants in this state. He has served with Habitat for Humanity. He served on many local nonprofit boards, and he co-founded Community Free Clinic, which provides free quality medical care and education for thousands in Madison County. I think he captures well what's written in the book of Matthew when we're told, I came not to be served, but to serve. I think that's what all of us strive to do every day. And he does it so well. But one of his best qualities, in my estimation, is transparency. And what you see with Senator Orr truly is what you get. And what you get from Arthur Orr is integrity, ability, and leadership. However, he would tell you that his greatest asset is his wife, Amy, followed by son Jack and daughter Anna. And in fact, this next week, his son Jack will be commissioned into the United States Army. That family believes in service. Please welcome a great Alabamian and our speaker, Senator Arthur Orr.
Well, good morning. It's good to be with you today. Thank you, Chancellor Hawkins and Board of Trustee members, that it's good to be with you, faculty, staff, students. This is your day, and I want to congratulate you all for reaching this milestone in your lives. It's a big day. But I'm going to do something a little bit different today, and I got permission from the Chancellor himself. So if you don't remember who the speaker was at your commencement, you will remember the video that we're about to watch. Now, some of you may have seen it. It goes back to the year 2008, so some of you were young people then, and you may have seen the movie at that time. But we're going to watch a clip from the movie Up. Now, let me set the scene for all those who have not seen the movie. The movie starts with two young people, and these two young people hit it off because they want to be explorers, and they want to explore Paradise Falls, which is in South America, and that's what they want to do with their lives. And we're going to pick up in the movie in the starting point of it, with the wedding of the little boy and the little girl. So at this time, I'd ask the AV people to roll it. attention. I wanted to talk with you this morning about life. Life. Where are you going? Where are you headed? And talk about a life well lived and a life without regrets. Carl and Ellie never made it to Paradise Falls together, as you saw. I had the privilege, as Dr. Hawkins told you, of living in Asia for about 6 years of my life. And one of the big differences in Asia that they seem to have than we have here in the United States is that this family unit stays together. Grandparents continue to live in the home, and they provide guidance, advice, free child care, cooking, and in a sense, they're the glue that holds that family unit together. They keep the children married sometimes, give the grandchildren an ear when the parents are being unreasonable, so forth and so on. But regrettably, like I said, I believe we squander the collective wisdom of our senior citizens, unfortunately. Those who have contributed so much to the development, not only of our state, but also our nation and the world, which brings me to my topic. I came across a poll years ago, and the question was presented to people in their 80s. So these are octogenarians, people who had danced all the dances, ridden all the rides at the carnival, eaten all the cotton candy, and experienced life. And the question was asked to these people in their 80s, if you had life to live over again, what would you do differently? How would you live life differently if you had to do it all over again? Of course, the questions were all over the map, the answers were all over the map, but the pollsters were able to deduce three thematic answers from all the answers that were given. The first theme in response to that question about what would you do differently if you had to live life over again was that they would reflect more. Reflect more. Of course, we live in a busy society. How many times a week do we hear that word? Busy. I'm so busy doing this, busy doing that, going here, going there. Don't have time to do this or do that. We think we in the 21st century are so busy. One of my favorite quotes goes as follows: "The world is too much with us, early and late, getting and spending, we lay waste our powers." I'll say it again. The world is too much with us, early and late, getting and spending, we lay waste our powers. William Wordsworth, 1803. 200 years ago, 50 years ago, and still today, life will always find a way to keep you busy. But it's your responsibility to take time to know where you're headed, take time to get away, take time to evaluate your purpose on this planet. Why are you here, and for what reason? Don't just drift in the cultural flow. You know, television, emails, Instagram, TikTok, I can name them all. Take time, but you need to take time to be still. Take time to think. Take time to reflect on where you've been and where you want to go in life. Mother Teresa said, "The fruit of silence is prayer." And we certainly could use a lot more prayer in this country. The second theme, after reflect more, was risk more. Risk more. So I'm not advocating that you take that check that a loved one or a parent or someone gave you for graduating and going to Biloxi tonight or flying to Las Vegas, but without risk, there can be no meaningful gain. Man is at his most vulnerable state when he risks, leaving himself open to change, but also open to growth. Why don't we risk? Fear. Fear of failure, fear of what others would think, fear of losing what we already have. I'll share just a few anecdotes from the past and present, and we'll use the game Jeopardy as kind of our guideline. This politician was defeated in 1832, 1838, 1840, 1843, 1848, 1855, 1856, and 1858, before being elected president in 1860. Answer: who is Abraham Lincoln? This author's first children's book was rejected by 27 publishers. Answer: who is Theodore Geisel, or Dr. Seuss? This entertainment mogul poured all of his finances into a debut play that made no profit, leaving him homeless and broke. Who is billionaire Tyler Perry? This athlete was cut by his high school basketball team. Who is Michael Jordan? I could go on, and you get the point. We live in the greatest country in the world where risk is rewarded and those that are determined and persevere succeed. I worked for Habitat for Humanity for some time, and I used to engage in conversations with Millard Fuller, the founder of that organization. And he looked at me one day and said, "Arthur, a planned life is a life that has to be endured." I was reading Forbes magazine, just current issue. A billionaire business leader said, the way to become a good businessman is to fail, 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 and fail. Risk more. Risk more. The third response to this poll, after reflecting, risking, was to seek to accomplish matters of lasting importance. You and I may never discover the cure for cancer, win the Nobel Prize, be a famous author, president, or whatever. We live in a culture that says the more money that you have, the happier you will be. But you and I know that it's by giving, not getting, that you achieve contentment and peace. Winston Churchill said we make a living by what we get and a life by what we give. And you know from the scriptures it's better to give than to receive. And it truly is giving your time, your talent, your treasure to others and for others. You can and will accomplish matters of lasting importance. I ask that today that you hearken to the wisdom of those who have gone before you, to this wisdom of reflecting, risking, and achieving matters of lasting importance. As college graduates, you have something that only 7% of the world population has. And for you graduate students out there, it's the top 1% of the world's population has such a degree. What an elite group you are today in the world. In a few short days, we'll be celebrating Memorial Day once again in this country. We'll remember those who paid with their lives so that you and I may have freedom and opportunity to reach our God-given potentials. Therefore, I think it's appropriate, since we started with a movie, I'll close with another, but I don't have a clip for you for this one. The movie came out before a lot of you probably were born, but it's not an old movie. The movie is called Saving Private Ryan. And if you know the movie, it goes like this. It's based loosely on a real set of facts. There were 4 brothers. 3 of them were killed very closely together in time in 1944. The 4th brother, who was the sole survivor, was parachuted behind enemy lines in the Normandy D-Day invasion. So the decision was made to remove that 4th brother, Private Ryan, from behind enemy lines and get him back to his family. So from the beaches of Normandy, a squad is detached of 8 men, and it's led by Captain Miller. So as the squad has to go fight the Germans behind enemy lines, go into a village where Private Ryan has been parachuted in to rescue him and pull him out, take him back to safety. They fight the Germans in the hedgerows and the villages. Several members of the squad are killed, sacrificing their lives for Private Ryan. They finally find Private Ryan in the village, and they say, let's go. Several of our fellow brethren, fellow soldiers have died already. Let's get out of here. Private Ryan says, no. My orders are to hold this village. I'm staying. And so the squad and Captain Miller decide to stay there and defend the village and the bridge against the Germans. Of course, the attack comes in true Hollywood fashion, and the village is being overrun. Several more squad members are killed defending the village, and Captain Miller is mortally wounded. And as his last seconds of life expire from him, he looks up into the eyes of Private Ryan, for whom all this sacrifice has been made, and says 2 words: earn this. Earn this. So graduates, my challenge to you today is to earn the sacrifices of those who went before you and paid dearly for you, for the freedoms that we enjoy, and to live a life well lived of no regrets by hearkening to the wisdom of our seniors. So reflect more, risk more, and seek to achieve matters of lasting importance, for so long as you shall walk on this earth. And like God told Abraham of the Bible, you have been blessed to be a blessing to others. Thank you, and may God bless each one of you.
Senator Orr, thank you not only for reminding us that we truly do live in the greatest country in the world, and also for the reminder that if we refuse to take risk, we truly do risk failure. Please say one more time, thank you to Senator Orr for a very, very thoughtful message.
Earlier this morning, I had the opportunity to visit with this outstanding group of graduates, and I asked them a question that I ask at the beginning of each one of these ceremonies, and I'd like to do it now because I think it's very instructive, especially given the address we've just had. If you're in this class of 2024 and you're the first member of your family to graduate from college, will you raise your hand? As we celebrate today, I want us all to be mindful of the fact that a celebration for these students is especially special, as that trajectory, the family tree of their lives, will indeed be changed by what we celebrate today. And so as we begin this program, I would ask you to assist me in 3 ways as we celebrate these graduates. 1, please remain in your seats as you take photographs of your loved one as they cross this stage. 2, please make sure that your applause and celebration is of such a nature that the next person coming across can have their name read aloud and their family hear it. And 3, when this ceremony is concluded, we ask that you please remain in place until the platform party and the graduates have cleared this arena. We appreciate your help in advance for all of those areas, and once again, congratulations. It is now my honor to preside over the conferring of our degrees. Will the candidates for the associate's degree please rise? Dr. Hawkins, these candidates have completed all requirements for the associate's degree, and on behalf of the faculty, I recommend that the degree be conferred.
Upon the recommendation of the faculty and approval by the Chief Academic Officer and by the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Troy University and the laws of the state of Alabama. It's my pleasure to confer upon each of you the associate's degree you have earned. Congratulations.
Congratulations, graduates. Please change your tassels from the right to the left side of your caps, and you may be seated. Will the candidates for the bachelor's degree please rise? Dr. Hawkins, these candidates have completed all the requirements for the bachelor's degree, and on behalf of the faculty, I recommend that the degree be conferred.
Upon the recommendation of the faculty and approval by the Chief Academic Officer and by the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Troy University and the laws of the state of Alabama, it's indeed a pleasure to confer upon each of you the bachelor's degree you have earned. Congratulations.
Congratulations, graduates. Please change your tassels from the right to the left side of your caps, and you may be seated. Will the candidates for the master's degree please rise? Dr. Hawkins, these candidates have completed all requirements for the master's degree, and on behalf of the graduate faculty, I recommend that the degree be conferred.
Upon the recommendation of the graduate faculty and by the approval of the Chief Academic Officer and by the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Troy University and the laws of the state of Alabama, it's indeed a pleasure to confer upon each of you the master's degree you have earned. Congratulations.
Congratulations, graduates. Please change your tassels from the right to the left side of your caps, and you may be seated. Will the candidates for the doctoral degree please rise? Dr. Hawkins, these candidates have completed all requirements for the doctoral degree, and on behalf of the graduate faculty, I recommend that the degree be conferred.
Upon the recommendation of the graduate faculty and approval by the Chief Academic Officer and by the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Troy University and the laws of the state of Alabama, it's indeed a pleasure to confer upon each of you the doctoral degree you have earned. Congratulations.
Congratulations, graduates. You may be seated. At this time, Mrs. Tori Averett will call the graduates forward to receive their diplomas.
Will the graduates who have earned the associate degree in the College of Arts and Sciences please come forward to receive your diplomas? Jacayla La Rosa Carr. Ashlyn Jamia Williams. Martha Ashlyn Cornelia Hurt. Shaylin Melina Fleming. Emma Lee Hurst. Lainey Ann Hattaway. Peyton Olivia Riley. Walter Andrew Brown, Jr. Emily Grace Hussey. Harley Cheyenne Bennett. Reagan Mallory Diamond. Emily Lillian Branch. Colin Brooks Williamson. Priscilla K. Ware. Michael Jones, Jr. Michael King. Shanice Sledge. Terry Savannah Jones. Will the graduates who have earned the Bachelor of Science in Interdisciplinary Studies please come forward to receive your diplomas? Vanessa A. Russell. Raekwon Benders. Elliot Janish, summa cum laude. Hillard Brooks. Amanda Thorbjornsen. Brianna Renee Rexroad. Sarah Elise Stevens. Robert K. Gardner III. Alex Tristan Arnold, summa cum laude. Jonathan Tyler Sheffield, magna cum laude. Ayla Storm Robinson. Timothy James Martin. Ramsey Lee Rippey. Jamie Joy McKenzie, summa cum laude. Leilani Ogman. Amir Muhammad. Micaiah Hallman. Ellen Harper Lanford, summa cum laude. Danielle Lee Cheadle, magna cum laude. Jared Lassick Jerome Selmar. Nicholas Martin Durdowski, cum laude. Sheridan Lynn Wright, cum laude. Ariana White Williams, cum laude. Bryant Alexander McCann, summa cum laude. Alexis Christine Henson. Carlotta Reinecke. Mary Caitlin Bedsole, magna cum laude. Caleb P. Reichbaum. Ty Porche. Tiara Akifiana Williams, cum laude. Joy Marie Isom. Latoria S. Gibson. Joshua Douglas Cherry Daniel. Will the graduates who have earned the bachelor's degree in the College of Arts and Sciences please come forward to receive your diplomas? Kenley Elijah Chase Henson, cum laude. Mashawn Marquez Mathis, cum laude. Monica Mann. Zoe Benz. Clay Barron. Trent Bowen. Tristan Daniel. Deborah Brown. Bosch Lee Scruggs. David Gage Adams. Rosanna Williams. Jacob David Gaylor. Cody Keene. Noah Richard Lovorn, magna cum laude. Michaela Rose Baker, summa cum laude. Sarah Renee Miller. Jakiria Montgomery. Emily Ann Faye Smith, summa cum laude. Jackson Hanks Booker, cum laude. Riley Michaela Butler, cum laude. Alyssa Grace Marie Gallion, magna cum laude. Fiorella Alger. Danielle Nichols, summa cum laude. Addison Claire Reynolds, summa cum laude. Savannah Grace Fleming, summa cum laude. Neely Reagan Miller, summa cum laude. Destiny d'Alexandria Hathaway, summa cum laude. William Hudson. Ricky Soberall Simpson, magna cum laude. Erie Goss, cum laude. Leon Jamar Craig. Kevin Dakey. Melissa Drumheller, cum laude. Elijah Eugene Harville, summa cum laude. Alexandria Golden, summa cum laude. Michael Zerpola. Jesse Mitchell Irwin. Thomas Nordquist, cum laude. Ellie Jasmine Shields, summa cum laude. Jordan Dakota Grace Brummett, summa cum laude. Caitlin Victoria Williams. Austin C. Little. Leif Christian Kicklighter, summa cum laude. Harrison Grace Parker, cum laude. Gabrielle Chartier, cum laude. John Quentin Waldrip. Ryan E. Lilja. Riley Caton, summa cum laude. Jacob Tanner Jones. Travis James Lewis, magna cum laude. John Allen Faircloth, magna cum laude. Eli Grice, summa cum laude. Adeline Hanlon, summa cum laude. Mary Michaela Joy, magna cum laude. Trinity Thomas. Dane Michael John Long, magna cum laude. Carrie I. Young, cum laude. Elizabeth Brooke Murphy. Abby Lee Reed, summa cum laude. Zora Bell Osborne, summa cum laude. Erin Mackenzie Shelley, summa cum laude. Rachel Ann Simpson, summa cum laude. Tabitha Noel Beasley, summa cum laude. Eclethia Walker. Abigail Page Henley. Matthew Ryan Schultz, cum laude. Oscar Carroll Dunn IV. Morgan Shea Dunn, magna cum laude. Mary Hannah Garcia, summa cum laude. Darby Ann Jones, cum laude. Tanner Malone Holloway, summa cum laude. Riley Ann Barker, summa cum laude. Kaylin Samantha Gwynn, summa cum laude. Destiny Price. Ashlyn Melissa Simpson, cum laude. Andrew Beck Stafford, cum laude. Jaden Treywick, cum laude. Nadine Sanders Sturdivant. Aaron Thomas Crow. Stacy Miller. Claylee Cheyenne Harrell. Brady Austin Barr, summa cum laude. Jacob Ray Trim. Timothy Glass. Benson Cole Hobbs. Ian Campbell Collins Walker, cum laude. Matthew Scott Sturm. Ethan James Parker. Samantha Tanaka Ruuya. Katrina Watkins. Travis Carlisle Varnum, cum laude. Carolyn Riley Poole, cum laude. Carly Danielle Tate, magna cum laude. Donna Harley Sims, cum laude. Jordan Anna Freeman, cum laude. Andrew M. Mohan. Victoria Alana Manswell. Carson Elaine Taylor. Megan Elizabeth McIntosh. Kenyon Edward Bender. Evelyn Campbell, summa cum laude. Ronisha Wanae Ray. Charlie Longmire III. Meet Natvarbai Shapani, summa cum laude. Ayaz Hur Kashwala. Corbin M. Guy. Madison Kiera Chavers Fuquay. Kayla Gabrielle Kerr, summa cum laude. Kathleen Leder. Caitlin Elizabeth Ellis, summa cum laude. Ethan Fox. Donovan Devin Olson. Aston Annan, summa cum laude. Jennifer Moncus. Kayana Nicole Wilson. Garrison Stewart. Magnolia Inve Nelbina Mancilla. Mancilla. Laterica Lockett. Amber Nicole Wynn. Joshua Martin Blackwood. Ariana Elise DeVille. Cy Javon Starr. Marcellus R. Martin. Noemi Flores Guzman, cum laude. Carolina Duke Salazar, cum laude. Zacuria Charday Staples. Habib Ajibola. Logan James Morris. Tracy Nakaya Young, summa cum laude. Mine Lamb. Will the graduates who have earned the bachelor's degree in the Sorrell College of Business please come forward to receive your diplomas? Michael Terry Byers. Braden Edmondson. Eric Benjamin Eccles Jr., magna cum laude. Brooks Colton Weeks. Jessica Lauren Powell, magna cum laude. Julia Patterson Mueller. Daniel Jim Fowler, cum laude. Jeffrey Scott Crowder. Ashley Anderson, magna cum laude. Avery Alice Grace Anderson, cum laude. Theodore Anderson, cum laude. Colin Archer Everett, summa cum laude. Ernad Sizik. Parker McRoy. Joseph Rivers Trahan, magna cum laude. Brooklyn Alyssa Colwell. Ella Lucille Bedford. Philip Leon Atkinson. Gerald Dwayne Parham. Gavin Jeffrey Paul, summa cum laude. David Reese Starnes. Andrew Michael Fett. Paul Brock Woodham. Hayden Scott Brown. Landry Renee Kelder, summa cum laude. Chum Yak Nguyen, summa cum laude. Mylan Marie Stockinger. Claire Carlton. Robert James Deloach, summa cum laude. Hattie Elizabeth Holmes, magna cum laude. Carrie Ann Marie Thornburg, cum laude. Madison Marie Malik. Sarah Todd Floyd. Sydney Lene Watson, cum laude. Teresa Michelle Lambrecht. William Douglas Thompson. Morgan Elise Franklin. Shelby Elizabeth Stewart. Maximus Levi Forrester. Kristen Rutherford. Willette Norton Carter. Dylan Patrick Taylor Nelson. Allison McMurray Rivers, magna cum laude. William Jacob Marler. Jeffrey Campbell, magna cum laude. Joshua Christian Hermeling. Trenton Ryan McAdams. Dalton Luke Robertson, summa cum laude. Casey Ward Dalrymple, magna cum laude. Avery Jane Zubili, cum laude. Lily Margaret McDaniel, summa cum laude. Christian Blake Davis. Corbin Renee Kinman. Lauren Rebecca Brown. Ashlyn Monty, cum laude. Alex Rouse. Harris Carter Wheeler. Allison Monday. Jasmine Fuller. Brianna Renee Callan. Abby Elizabeth Haygood, summa cum laude. LaChristy S. Harvey. Michael Brandon Evans, Jr. Samantha Stoddard. Brianna Gardner. Jonathan Gabriel Meredith. Mitchell L. Babbs, magna cum laude. Max Fulmer Cooper, summa cum laude. Emmanuel Dwight Marsh II. Benjamin Memphis Baggett, cum laude. Elizabeth Jane Cotton. Olivia Shelley Gamble, cum laude. Meredith Joy Leonard, magna cum laude. Anna Leigh June Singleton, summa cum laude. Harvey Christian Hughes, magna cum laude. Vai Tao Le Nguyen. Clarice Catherine Williams. Jamie LeBron Eisen. Logan Dallin Phillips. Lauren Ashley Stewart. Emma K. Knowles, magna cum laude. Jillian Rain Register. Ethan Maxwell Ward. Brooke Nicole Bailey, summa cum laude. Samuel Ethan Weed, magna cum laude. George Joseph Birch. Bradford Holland Nichols, cum laude. Kelly Maria Godwin. Latoya Thomas. Ayana Parker. Sylvia L. Sama. Ethan Strider Girona, summa cum laude. Winston Daniel Wright. Erica Torres, summa cum laude. Bryant Lane Talbert. Connor Reed Lane. Zachary Hayden Scott. Kendall Sedrin. Margaret Catherine Cohn. James Chandler Ferris, magna cum laude. Mason Baker. Logan Gerard Schimpf. Garrett Michael McKeon, cum laude. Corey Lynn Falk. Jacob Alejandro Benitez. Quentin Amblance. Anna Victoria Galeazzi. Kylie Estelle Clem. Anna Catherine Deering. Cassidy Page McCown. Samuel Caleb Lanier. Alondra Jazvega Ramos, cum laude. Samuel Justin Reeves. Joseph A. Kroeb, Jr. Sawyer Dwayne McCullough. Phuong Hua Nguyen. Paul Gagnon. Christopher Edward Valencia. Tish Halbrook. Brandon Ward. Keyshawn Swanson. Douglas Parker Whittle. Christina Lynn Frost. Bruna Roqueta Viñas. Kristen Hale. Kaylee Alexa McDonald. Mahogany Monet Blackman, cum laude. Frank Nathan Tecom. Will the graduates who have earned the master's degree in the College of Arts and Sciences please come forward to receive your diplomas? Haruna Danjuma Ghana. Shiva Kota. Uzuba Hurim. Deepak Kumar Shanmugasundaram. Mohit Podel. Latifa Dubose. Sarah Ione Pisarski. Murray Mothershed. J.C. Lane Kelly. Kendra Bickley McCrae. Pavel Skay. Scott Patrick Woods. Kristen Amelia Crawley. Kaylee Savannah Carter. Vishwanath Gurijala. Sai Sharan Karam. Will the graduates who have earned the master's degree in the Sorrell College of Business please come forward to receive your diplomas? Kenneth Charles Beck. Casey Jean Sapicki. Anna Lee Brazil. Michelle Tronu. Grayson Davis. Natalie Christine Lee. Amanda Thrasher. Ankit Janak Vagela. Angela Monique Williamson. Michaela Ashley Couch. Cody Carson Ottinger. Amy Elizabeth Gallimore. Isaiah Matthew Eller. Matthew Todd Pisarski. Jamonica Montrese Gregory. Joel Tanner Harris. Amber Joy Lavoie. Edmund Bruce Strickland, Jr. Rashida Davis. William Chandler Cooey. Jim Roland Kyle. John Roland Kyle. Michael Anthony Dixon, Jr. Bridget Bradley. Brett Dawson Flowers. Rachel Simmons. Nakabria Taiji Ali Tarver. Joshua Aaron Hudson. Michaela Marie Chantel Streeter. Mary Scott Milner. Jayla Newt. Daniel Alexander Coleman. Allison M. Allen. Madison C. Mitchell. Maria Laura Ars Leonardo. Megan Z. Roberts. Sydney Cheyenne Hussey. Regina Wright. Jeffrey Gilbert, Jr. Aaliyah Jeray Watson. Caroline LaFay Cope. Kenneth DeJuan Comer. Carly Jo Broyles. Joseph B. Romo. Jonatul Fardos. Jerry Donald Pinson. Crystalline Alisa Springs. Asia Marche Whitson. Trong Thi Nguyen Nguyen. Anita Onyeka. August Grace Jones. Elin J. Gilchrist. Pepe Linares Pellicer. Melinda Itzel Checa. Ariel Alethea Gustav. Shadrach Rasui. Jalen Laerica Bond. Larry A. Keith. Will the graduates who have earned the doctoral degree in the Sorrell College of Business please come forward to receive your diplomas? Dr. Karina Jali. Dr. Brittany Nicole Anderson. Dr. Rachel Sarah Silverman. Dr. Jason Young. Dr. Samantha M. Williams. Dr. Connor James Wellen. Dr. Nicholas Paul Smith.
Will you join me in congratulating all of our graduates today? This time we have the presentation of our ROTC cadets for commissioning.
Dr. Hawkins Jr., leaders, graduates, and distinguished guests. It is both an honor and a privilege to be part of this commencement this morning and introduce the accomplished young men and women standing before you. These future leaders will serve as commissioned second lieutenants in both the United States Army and Air Force as directed by the President of the United States based on the authority granted him by the Constitution of the United States. Now, presenting the Army graduates, Danielle Cheadle will be commissioned as a second lieutenant into the United States Army as a military police officer. She will be stationed at Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri. Second Lieutenant Cheadle is from McCordsville, Indiana, and her degree is in interdisciplinary studies. Nicholas Derdosky will be commissioned as a second lieutenant into the United States Army as an armor officer. He will receive his duty station during Basic Officer Leadership course. Second Lieutenant Derdosky is from Salem, Alabama, and his degree is in interdisciplinary studies. Alexandria Golden will be commissioned as a second lieutenant into the United States Army as a signal officer. She will be stationed at Joint Base Elmendorf-Richardson, Alaska. Second Lieutenant Golden is from Birmingham, Alabama, and her degree is in Resource and Technology Management. Gerard Selmar will be commissioned as a second lieutenant into the United States Army as a military police officer. He will be stationed at Fort Cavazos, Texas. Second Lieutenant Selmar is from Montgomery, Alabama, and his degree is in interdisciplinary studies. Cy Starr will be commissioned as a second lieutenant into the United States Army as a signal officer. He will receive his duty station during Basic Officer Leadership course. Second Lieutenant Starr is from Birmingham, Alabama, and his degree is in criminal justice. Michael Zerpola will be commissioned as a second lieutenant into the United States Army as a transportation officer. He will be stationed at Fort Liberty, North Carolina. Second Lieutenant Zerpola is from Buffalo, New York, and his degree is in Resource and Technology Management.
Now for our Air Force ROTC graduates. Ethan Parker. Ethan Parker will be commissioned as a second lieutenant into the United States Air Force as a cyber officer. His first assignment will be at Keesler Air Force Base, Mississippi for training, and then he will receive his first duty station. Second Lieutenant Ethan Parker is from Niceville, Florida, and his degree is in cybersecurity. As volunteers, these graduates will enter a unique profession that requires a specialized expertise, commitment, and sacrifice. A profession that entrusts these graduates with the responsibility of preserving the United States' national security. A profession that asks more of its members than any other profession. No matter what branch, job, rank, or status, all service members belong to the profession of arms, and as professionals are expected to hold the highest of standards and be guided by their service core values. As we sit here today, less than 0.5% of the United States population serves in the military, and these leaders have stepped up to answer their nation's call. It is with great honor that I present to you Troy University's Army and Air Force future second lieutenants. At this time, these future officers will render salutes of respect and appreciation to Dr. Hawkins Jr., the presiding official of today's ceremony. And secondly, to the fellow graduates and guests who represent the American citizens we have sworn to protect and defend. Thank you.
At this time, we'd ask that everyone please stand, and we will join Dr. Sarah Wee in the singing of the Troy University alma mater, which is printed on the back of your program and will also be displayed on the screens at either end of the arena. The alma mater will be followed by the benediction offered once again by Ansley Wallace. We ask that you please remain in your seats for the recessional until the platform party and graduates have left the arena. Now, Dr. Sarah Wee and the Troy University alma mater.
Please pray with me. Dear Lord, thank you for this ceremony and for the recognition of each graduate here today. We thank you for your presence throughout this ceremony and for the joy bestowed upon us. Surround those graduating with your grace and comfort as they enter into the future with eager and open hearts. Inspire them to believe in the goodness of life, even when faced with challenges and difficulties. Help them to put the knowledge, skills, and insights gained through their education to use for the good of humankind. May they commit to excellence as they grow even more grateful and wise. In your name we pray, amen.